Hi, everybody, and welcome to your daily reading for Monday, April 3rd, 2023, or whenever you happen to find this. All right, so let's get our cards for today. Happy Monday, happy Moon Day. We'll get a Queen of the Moon Oracle card here at the end of our reading. Okay, underneath the deck, we have the Dream, the Six of Cups, represented by the position of Sun in Scorpio. So this is speaking of possibly childhood, nostalgia, family connections, could be a past lover, but somebody's thinking of you or you're thinking of them. And nothingness, number 5. So this is the equivalent of the Hierophant card in the typical deck. But out of nothing, there is everything, right? There's infinite possibilities there in the void. Could be a reset, though. If there is a person coming back in your life, it's like a blank slate, a clean beginning. Trust, the Knight of Cups. Okay, now it looks more and more like somebody from your past might be reaching out to connect with you, asking for your trust, and that they're a completely different person than what you knew from the past. Adventure, Page of Coins, setting out on a new path together. Somebody wants you to go on an adventure with them. And rebirth on the Ten of Swords. Gemini. Okay, so there could be a proposal, an offer here of somebody wanting to reunite, rekindle, and restart. Let's see what our Queen of the Moon Oracle has. Oh, I was shuffling and this one fell out. Really, darkness, the long night moon. Okay, so this is the void. Let's read about that for us. Okay, the title of the card is Darkness. You are entering a time of introversion, a leaner time, or a time to turn inward to plan and strategize. It is time to do shadow work, which will bring big dividends later on, release what no longer works for you. The darkness needs to be there as much as the light does. One of the earliest human fears is said to be a fear of the dark. We fear what we can't see, and we fear what may be hiding. In reality, the dark is as important as the light. In nature, there are many nocturnal animals that go about the business of living under the moon, not the sun. The darker times of the lunar and seasonal cycles signal a time of naturally turn inwards, to stay close to home, to look closely at ourselves, and to plan for the light. In the northern hemisphere, the long night moon usually occurred in December around the winter solstice. This is when the nights are indeed long and the hours of sunshine short. It's cold and people would begin to be snowed in. It is during these long nights we can begin to do our shadow work, undertaking the self-reflection needed to identify what isn't working for us and what might be causing us pain. This could be a bad habit, a destructive pattern, a recurring useless fear, or anything that holds us back from being the best we can be. Once we see these aspects of ourselves in the dark, we can simply decide whether they must go. We can decide to release them once and for all. We get to transform. The companion stone or metal is onyx. Okay, so with the child pictured here in the Page of Coins, the rebirth and the darkness and nothingness, for those of you who this is not a reconnection with somebody, it could be an exploration of the shadow work that you need to do, that you need to turn in and complete. Trust the process, even though it might be painful to look inward at those occurrences, because we're talking about the past here in the Six of Cups. What's causing the darkness in your life, the reactions to the situations that you've been experiencing. This is calling for a rebirth, a rekindling of the childlike innocence, and to be able to release those things and trust that you're going to have a very different outcome than everything that you've become accustomed to because of the change in direction. If you're approaching something differently, then it's bound to have a different outcome rather than the same old way that you've been dealing with trauma that has been a part of your past, a part of your history. So it is offering you a clean slate with nothingness, the darkness there. It is a void of infinite possibility in order to become reborn. Okay, let's see what the angels and ancestors have for us. Pretty heavy message for a Monday, but I think it's kind of important. Okay, we have the Medicine Mother honoring your inner knowing. Okay, so that's again alluding to the inner work that needs to be done. You know what needs attention and what can be healed, though, with medicine being there, it's available to you. In the animal gardens, trust your instincts. So again, that inner knowing, that intuition. And underneath the deck, we have the Wise One, grow within your current situation. All right. So there is wisdom to be gained here, some experience that can be established, some valuable gnosis that comes through for you. If you find some time alone by yourself today, then you could be getting this powerful transformative opportunity, getting some insight, seeing things as in a light that you have never seen them before. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to cut this deck. I already shuffled it. Let's see what we get. The Mentor, number 6. Okay, we started this reading with a 6. 6 of Cups. All right, so the Mentor, it does kind of allude to this Wise One that we picked under the bottom here. All right, so your guides, your angels, or an older person who has been through this process themselves could be helping you navigate the situation, and Medicine Mother there being an older feminine figure as well as depicted in the Wise One. Okay, the Mentor card is the teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that the cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from the focused stream. The Mentor archetype has a gift of reading the room. For sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful, the Mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the Mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the Mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Okay, so the bird imagery there, the wisdom of the owl, is also apparent here on the card of the Wise One. Somebody taking you under their wing, being a guide, saying, don't, make the same mistakes that I did. Save yourself some grief and struggle. And this is what can be extrapolated from your experience, because I understand you, I know you, I understand your path. So some of you could be also encountering like a therapist today, or consulting with someone, or someone you look up to and admire. Could be a mother figure, or your actual mother, but there's a consultation here and an opportunity to do some real constructive work on the shadow. All right. Let's finish off with a couple angel cards. Okay, the first card I picked up is support. You have support to get through this process, which does take courage. She's like almost diving into kind of the abyss there, right? And we have this trust fall into the abyss. Very similar. All right, and then we have acceptance. So I think accepting and hugging that shadow part of yourself, and accepting it as part of you, is going to help you feel whole and healed and in your power. All right, so it's a pretty intense Monday for us, but we're coming up on this new moon solar eclipse on the 20th, and I think it's a good time to do this difficult work now, to flush out these channels, make amends if necessary within yourself or amongst your relationships. All right, so take care, everybody. Have a beautiful Monday. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.